Okay, guys, this is up to you. What problems you want to do together? Does anybody find any they want to do yet? Yes, ma'am. Number 7 is our first one that we're going to deal with. So on problem number 7, let's look at that. Oh, problem number 7. Thank you. Vertical line test. We haven't seen this in a while. VLT, the vertical line test. If you hit 1 point, or 0 to 1 point, because it can hit none, 0 to 1 point, okay, it will pass the vertical line test and be a function. If it hits 2 or more, then it will fail the vertical line test and it will not be a function. So guys, just go down here. It's saying which one is a function. Draw a line. Pass or fail? Pass or fail? It hits 2 points, it fails. That's out. Okay? Pass or fail? Fail. It hits 2 points, it's out. Pass or fail? Pass, that's a possibility. Let's make sure though. Let's look at our last one. Pass or fail? Fail because it hits 2 points. So which one's your function? That one. Guys, these are the kind of questions. Keep asking them. Which ones do you need to see? Look all over the worksheet. I'll do any of them you need me to do. Yes, ma'am. Number 5, absolutely. Problem number 5. Problem number, perimeter, but it's dealing with expressions instead of dealing with just regular numbers. Perimeter is just adding up all the sides. So in this case, you'd be adding up 5a minus 2 plus 6a plus 4a plus 1. This is a combining like terms problem. That's what they're testing you on. You have to add up these like terms. Once you add up those, then you got to combine the other like terms. The other like terms would be the -2 and the +1. So if you add up the 5a, the 4a, and the 6a, what does that give you all together? 15a. And when you combine a, that's not an a. And when you combine the -2 and the +1, what's that give you? So that's going to be choice A. There you go. And guys, if I write down work, I'm expecting you to have it. If you put me a list of answers and just go through and circle, I'm going to give you no credit on this. None. We're doing the work together. You should be able to write it down. Okay, what else? Yes, ma'am. Number 4, absolutely. We haven't seen Venn diagrams. That's actually a pre-skill that you're supposed to come with, so this is a great one to look at. So it says you got them separated by the types of books that they like. In the club, it says how many students in the book club read mystery books. The whole idea is that's going to be this entire section. So it's basically just making sure you understand it incorporates all that. So it's going to be 12 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4. That's what I expect to see down on your paper, is that basic arithmetic problem. It's not complicated, guys. What does that give you? 21D. 21D. There you go. Anywhere on the worksheet, guys. Look. Ask. Yes, sir. Just a second. Let me get that at the end, just because I want to keep going. Okay. Right. Yep. Number 9. Good. Number 9. Guys, anywhere on the worksheet, and I'll get you next. Okay. Number 9. I'll get back to that. Give me a minute. Okay. Number 9. Oh, number 9 is a great question, because first of all, this is an ancient question. You can tell because nobody pays for phones, not very often, like by the first minute versus it's just an outdated way they do phone service now. But you got to have a way to do this. The easiest way to do is just plug in and see if it works. Guys, we eliminate them and then we'll compare the ones that work and see if they work all the way down. We're going to do it for this first one. 10 minutes. If we charge 5 cents for 10 minutes, that'd be 5 cents times 10 minutes. How many cents would that be? 50. That eliminates that one because it says it's going to be 32. That one's out. 32. Okay.
So is that a money sign?
Yeah, it is a dollar sign. Yep. Okay. Got it now? Okay. For the next one, it says 3.2 cents per minute. If I do 3.2 times 10, what does that give us? 32. And guys, look, 32 cents. So that's a possibility. We're going to put a dot out here. That doesn't mean that's the answer. That just means it works for the first one. We're going to go through and try to eliminate the others by trying them. Okay, the next one says I paid 5 cents for the first minute plus 2 cents for each additional minute. Guys, if I pay 5 cents for the first minute and there's 10 minutes, I'm paying for 1. How many more minutes would I have to pay for to get to 10? 9. So it'd be 2 times 9. 5 cents for the first minute, 2 for all other 9 minutes. All 9 of the other minutes. So what's 5 plus 2 times 9? What is it? 5 plus 18 would be 23, right? Just making sure my math is right. Is that right? You got the calculators. Good. Okay, so is that equal 32? Nope, that one's out. Okay, let's do it again. 5 cents for the first minute, but this time instead of 2 cents for each minute after that, it's going to be 3. So that'd be 3 times 9. What's 5 plus 3 times 9? Is 32? Okay, so that's another possibility. So now we got to try it for the next one. We got to try it for 3 minutes and see what it would be. See if it works for this one. I expect to see this arithmetic out here because this is how you're getting the answer, not just picking one. You got to show how you get it. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to try the 3.2. If we do 3.2 times 3 minutes, what does that equal? What's that give you? 9.6. Does that equal 11 cents? Nope, that one's out. Let's confirm then that it's choice D. Let's see if it works for the next one. Okay, it's going to be 5 plus 3 times, and what am I multiplying by? If I pay for the first minute, how many more minutes do I have to pay for if I'm getting to a total of 3? 2 more. So it'd be 5 plus 3 times 2. What's 5 plus 3 times 2? 11, and that is 11, so it works. So that would be our choice, is choice D. Guys, do you know what they're testing in that? Order of operations. Can you add, subtract, and multiply in the right order? That's what they're testing in that. That's a complicated way to test that, but that's what they are doing. Plug and chug, guys. It's like plugging in the numbers, see if it works. Plug and chug. Here we go. Isaiah, join us. Pick it up. Come on, stay with us. You with us? Okay. Here we go. What else? Aubrey, did you have one, or was that yours? 6? I'll go to 6 next, and I'll get you. I saw a hand back there. Okay. Here we go. 6. It's a system. Oh no, it's an equation. Let's look, or inequality. Okay, it says, let's see. At Best Burger House, Francisco earns $6.25 per hour. Each week, 30% of his total pay is deducted for taxes. In addition, he places $10 per week after taxes in a savings account. If he wants it to take home to be at least 150, guys, stop. At least. What does at least mean? Greater than or equal to. Okay? At least. Okay? At most would be less than or equal to. Good. So at least would be greater than or equal to 150 per week. So let's write it, guys. It's going to take up a lot of room, so be careful writing this. Don't write too big. $6.25 per hour would be 6.25, and then any variable you want. I'm going to put H for hour. Okay? But then they are going to subtract, guys. They're going to subtract 30% of his pay for taxes every week. That's a lot, but it happens. So 30% of it deducted for taxes would be, guys, what's 30% as a decimal? 0.30 or 0.3. They're the same thing. 0.3, 0.30. So they're going to subtract 0.3 times that same amount. That's 6.25H. And then what else is he going to take out of his pay? $10. So minus $10. And it has to be greater than or equal to $150. Okay, guys, multiply this first. Do this part first. You got to multiply on your calculators 0.3 or 0.30 times that 6.25H. Do that first. Okay, bring down the 6.25H minus, what is 0.3 times 6.25H? It's going to have lots of decimals. It's okay. 1.875 H minus 10 is greater than or equal to 150. What's the next step called? Oh, it's in 5. Yep, they're both in there. We had a warm up, but it's on that same sheet we've been using, and then we had notes and an assignment. Okay, and the numbers, they're not up there anymore. The last ones that have papers on them. Okay, guys, so combine like terms. What do you get when you do 6.25H minus 1.875H? It's like 4 point something. 375. H minus 10 is greater than or equal to 150. Oh wait, we got different numbers. It is 375? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay. Then from there we're going to add 10, add 10. It makes it 4.375H is greater than or equal to 160. Divide by 4.375, divide by 4.375, and H has got to be greater than or equal to, and it's around, I just need an approximate. About how many hours is that? Give me the whole number. 30 what? 36? It's in that range? Guys, it doesn't have to be exact because look at how the answers are. They're a range of answers. So it's a range of time between 20 and 25, 25 and 30, 30 and 35, 35 and 40. Which one's it going to be? 35 and 40. So it's going to be D. There we go. Yep. Say it one more time. Number 2? Absolutely. I actually did that in every class period today, so that's good. But I had one back here. Was that, you said it was the same question?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just want to make sure. Number 2 is next then. I had a lot of people try it and then they couldn't get the answer for it. That's why that's why a lot of people have asked that one. Oh wait, I apologize. Is anybody still writing on this one? I apologize. Everybody's got it? Okay, here we go. Number 2 is next, guys, and keep looking for ones you want to see. On number 2, you're going to distribute the negative 3 across. You got to make sure you distribute the negative 3. It's going to be negative 3x minus 21 equals negative 3x plus 7. You're going to get rid of your variables by adding 3x to both sides, because those cancel and those cancel, and you get down to negative 21 equals 7. This is a special case. If they're equal, you get a certain answer. If they're not equal, you get a certain answer. If they're equal, what's the answer? Set of all reals, infinitely many solutions, all these lovely things. So it's going to go here. So it's going to be choice D if they're equal. But they are not equal, so it's going to be no solution.
I added the negative 3 to the other side and then the negative 21 to the other side. So I did one with the set. Yeah, I just.
Okay, now listen. I just want to go back. I'm going to stop, pause, look. I'm going to go back to where we were at this point because I get a lot of people to do this. You want to know why I tell you to move the variable first? This is why. If you move the 21 first, it's going to be plus 21 plus 21. See, I'm doing the answer. Plus 21. It's going to be negative 3x equals negative 3x plus 28. And then you go to cancel out the variable, and people get so confused when they do it this way because they don't know what to put over here. What would actually go on this side? If you're subtracting, it's 0. If you're dividing, it's 1. But we're subtracting, so it's 0 equals 28. And they're not equal either, which is still no solution, but two different approaches. This usually messes people up. This tends to mess people up. I say move the variables first and you'll make your life easier. Okay, what else? Anywhere on the worksheet? Yes, sir.
14.
I'll get you next. Okay, 14. Thank you for asking, not just the first ones. I absolutely will do them anywhere on the worksheet, guys. Hint, hint. That's probably good for you. Okay, so what is the equation of a line that is perpendicular? Okay, remember what we said about perpendicular. It is going to take a slope that is originally A over B, and it's going to change it to the opposite sign, and it's going to flip it over. Okay, opposite sign and flip it over. So in order to figure out what's perpendicular, you have to know what the slope is of the line that's there. So we go up here, we look for all those little intersection points. Here's all those intersection points. What's the formula for slope from a graph? Rise over run. Oh, and guys, what's another word for slope? What's another way to say slope? M is another name for it, but guys, they're going to say rate of change like 82 times on this EOC. The slope is the same thing as rate of change. Rate of change is slope. If you don't know that, write down. Slope is rate of change. Guys, they're going to use that lots on they love to call it something different just to try to mess you up. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to tell you the things they're going to do to mess you up so you can try to avoid them. Okay, for slope, for rise over run, it's just going to be how much do you go up, how much do you go over. How many blocks are we traveling up? One. How many blocks are we traveling to the right? Two. So our slope is originally 1/2. If we turn it over, it's going to be 2 over 1. And if it was originally positive, it's now going to be negative. And then negative 2 over 1 reduces down to negative 2, which the only one of your choices with a slope of negative 2 would be A. Good. Huh? Yeah, absolutely. Do you see what you need? Good. Yes, ma'am. 13? Absolutely. Oh, thank you for asking. Guys, this could turn into something really hard, or this can be very easy. Guys, you have numbers for x. You're going to plug them into each function and see if they work to give you the numbers for y. That's all it is. You're not going to try to write it based on that. Guys, don't make your life hard. We're just going to take numbers and we're going to plug them in. We're going to create little tables. That's all we're going to be doing. So for our little tables, we're going to start off with plugging in 0 plus 1. That equals 1. Is that correct? Does that equal 1?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Let's do it again. If we plug in 1 plus 1, does that equal 2?
Yeah.
Yes. If we do, what's the next number? 2 plus 1, does that equal 5? No, that one's out. Doesn't work. Okay? Okay, here we go. Second table. If you want to make a table where you actually have the x's and the y's and show a table, you can. I'm just putting the numbers there, just to make it faster. Okay, for the next one, it's going to be x squared plus 1. So it's going to be 0 squared plus 1. What is 0 squared plus 1? 1. That equals it. That checks. What about 1 squared plus 1? What does that equal? 2. That checks. What about 2 squared plus 1? 5. That checks. Ooh, we're heading in the right direction. We got 3 of them down. What about 3 squared plus 1? Oh, 9 plus 1. Yeah, it'd be 10. There you go. That checks. We got 1 to go. 4 squared plus 1? 17, and that checks. So there's your answer. You could, if you were doing an EOC, to make your life 100%, to make sure you got it, you could check the others and prove they don't work. It goes quickly. You can disprove them quickly. But for the sake of time, I'm going to move on to another question. What else do we need to see? Yes. Number 15? Absolutely. On 15, it says the function is described by this rule. The output is 5 less than 4 times the input. Okay? The output is 4 times less the input. Okay, guys, the input is what you're putting in. The number you're putting in is going to be your x. Okay? Your output is going to be your y or your f of x. Those are the same thing. Okay? So 5 less than 4 times the x. What's 5 less than 4 times the x? Which one of these fits that? 5 less than 4 times the x. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this first. 5 less than means the minus 5 has to go at the end. So immediately the C is out because 5 less than has to go at the end. These all have 4x minus 5. Do you see that? They are all, remember I told you this. But which is the only one that shows an input? B, because it shows the f of x. That means I know that what I'm plugging in is x and it goes right here. Even though these are all 4x minus 5, the only one that shows the input of that is B. Nicely done. That was a good one to ask because people aren't going to get that right. Okay? What else? I'm trying to help you do your homework here, guys. Come on. Yes and then yes. 10. 10 is next. Trying to make your life easier today. Oh, system. Okay, here we go. This is a system of equations. It says they collect stamps and coins. Number of coins he has is 3 more than half the number of stamps. He has 51 stamps and coins altogether. Okay, stop with just the basics of the first sentence. It says this, of the first one that has info in it. The number of coins he has is, so coins equals 3 more than means the plus 3 has to go at the end. So it's going to be plus 3 out here. And then half the number of stamps. So it's going to be 1/2, and I'm going to call it S because stamps. So there's your first equation. The second equation says he has 51 stamps and coins. So we got coins plus stamps, and it equals 51. Coins plus stamps equals 51. Okay, guys, this one screams to be solved by substitution. We're going to take this, we're going to plug it in where the C is in this problem. So it's now going to look like this. It's going to be 1/2 S plus 3 plus S equals 51. And then I'm going to tell you, please listen to me. Don't try to solve it with that fraction in it. Get rid of the fraction. How can we get rid of that denominator on that problem? Multiply everything by 2. Thank you. Multiply every single term by 2. Every term by 2. That's going to cancel out the 1/2. It's going to make it S. Plus 3 times 2 is going to be 6. Plus 2 times S is going to be 2S. And then 51 times 2 is like 102. There we go. What is the next step to solving that problem? Combine like terms. S plus 2S is 3S plus 6 equals 102. Minus 6 makes it 3S equals 90. I think it's 6. Check my math. Yeah. And then divide by 3. What do we get? 32. Okay, now listen. You already know the answer. However, this is an EOC that decides way too much. The only one with stamps being 32 is A, but we can easily check to see if that's correct by plugging this into the box and say C equals 1/2 times 32 plus 3. That would be C equals 16 plus 3, which means C would equal 19, which confirms that we have the correct answer in A, because it's that many coins. Confirm your answers, guys. This test is worth too much to not confirm your answers. Okay, I said somebody else. Who else? Brooke, yeah. 11, perfect. Perfect, right here. Okay, Randy is, oh, this isn't even, okay. It's just silly. This is a silly question. Randy is thinking of a number. We don't know what it is. What are we going to call it? X. He adds 7 to that number. He then multiplies that sum. Now we need to multiply everything we've added together, so we got to put what? Parentheses. And he's going to multiply it by what? 3. Then at the end, he's going to subtract 2. And the result is, what does result is mean? Equals 13. Now you got to solve the equation. To solve the equation, we're going to distribute the 3 across. It's going to make it 3x plus 21 minus 2 equals 13. We're going to combine like terms. That's going to be 3x plus what? 21 minus 2 would be 19. Subtract 19 from both sides. Makes it 3x equals negative 6. Thank you. Divide by 3, and x equals negative 2. Alright, I got time for, I'm going to do 1, maybe 2 more. We'll see. 1, I think. We'll see how long it is. Which one? Which one? Yep. 8. We're doing 8. Okay, 8 says, Sue is 4 years old. Some of the sum. Oh, they've already written the system. Do y'all see the system's already here? Okay. It says, if D represents Drew's age, how old is Drew? Well, we're just going to solve it, guys. Take and put a box around this. Plug it in for the S right here. It's going to be D minus 4 plus D. Sorry. Made me like, what's wrong with y'all? Okay. We're going to combine like terms. What's D plus D? 2D minus 4 equals 14. Add 4, add 4. And 2D equals 18. Divide by 2. And Drew is how old? 9. Which is B. Okay, guys. I think that's enough. Y'all work good today. Guys, how many does that leave you? I don't even know. Let's look.